Hi, Madam Esther.
Hello, hello.
How are you doing today?
I am good, doing great.
Wonderful. So maybe you can introduce yourself quickly before we tackle the topic of today, which I believe is very important and very critical for our viewers, for people of your age, and for any student in Kenyan universities today.
Yeah, sure. My name is Esther. I am a student per se in J-KUAT main campus, pursuing clinical medicine now in my third year, and excited to be here with you. This channel is really growing big, and I'm happy to be a part of it today.
All right. So I invited you so that we can discuss about the issue of safety and security, especially around campuses, around universities in Kenya. I know J-KUAT and many other universities have had so many issues of insecurity, especially for students who don't live in university hostels. So what has been the sentiment around J-KUAT when it comes to students wanting to travel around the city and maybe incidences of insecurity happen to them? How is the feeling? How do students perceive insecurity around your university?
I must say it brings a lot of fear. It means we have to be in a rush at some hour for us not to be gotten outside at some hour. So this means we'll have to travel mostly during the day. And during the day per se doesn't mean early mornings, because there's also some fear for early mornings and late nights as well. So we don't like the day too much as students. We want to travel na raha zetu. So the night is usually very preferable because at least there's some calmness and stuff. But the security being our first priority, we don't want to have calls to our parents and guardians that we are no more. So we have to do it during the day. And during the day, we'll inconvenience a lot of whatever it is that is going on for students. Students are diverse in what they do. You'll find them having, hassles here and there, and they take them during their daytime. So it's an inconvenience. So that day, you just know it's going to be low or every day. So that fear and that inconvenience is what I think is number one, a disadvantage for that.
And yeah, I like the way you have tried to expound on that. And maybe before we went on camera, you are also saying that some of the ways through which your security can be enhanced while moving around during the night. Because as you have said, during the day, students have classes, they have side hustles. Some of them want to maybe utilize the night time to go and see their friends, those kind of stuff. And you are telling me that using digital taxis could be a good solution, but as comrade as you are, your budget does not allow. So you will find students on stage, like kwa stage ya matatu hata past midnight, waiting for a bus to go back to campus or to go back to their room because they cannot afford taxis. Do you find that as a big hindrance to you, operating in a space of safety because you cannot afford taxis?
Yes, a lot. 100%. That is a huge one. Because these matatus are not to be relied on. You see now, mentioning midnight hours, hazikujangi during those times when we want to really go home. Just campus life. So inakuwa disadvantage, honestly. And at the same time, mfuko haikubali comrade upande taxi, probably from Juja to maybe town or where they stay, like 1,000 shillings or 1,500, and that becomes a disadvantage. So in one way or another, we have to be friends with that cold during those nights and still fight with our pockets just to have something to eat by the time we get to the other side. So that is a problem per se. Yes.
So how do you think that you can establish a compromise? Of course, you need to travel around the night because if you don't do your stuff at night, you will delay in some areas. But of course, at the same time, you don't want to put yourself at risk. So what do you think could be done maybe to make sure that students can travel around safely at night? Or maybe what do you think these taxi companies can do to offer? Maybe do you think they should offer students some special rates, and why? Do you think you should just be given a special rate because you are a student and these are foreign companies?
Acha tujitetee kama comrades. We occupy a very big percentage in this population. And I know in some years to come or very soon, we are going to graduate to the corporate world. But while we still last, it is still us, and we are in numbers. I think when you're doing your businesses and the strategies you get, you have, you look also at the numbers. How many it's going to benefit and what is the return in it. So we are giving you numbers, give us the discounts. We'll be happy to trade that. At the same time, it is going to be, you'll be doing so much to the community per se, because utasaidia, utachanua watu pia as well. At least they also have the taste of the Uber driving and stuff. And this is a space you could venture in, because if we talk about partnerships with universities all around, people are going to be open to the idea, as long as we come to an agreement of how much is here, how much you're taking from point A to B, how much is going to be retained in your company. It is going to be fair. And I think working with these Gen Zs is something so amazing. We are there, we've been working even with older generations, and it's exciting to exchange those ideas. At the same time, the security thing is really big of a big issue for us. So if we could have in-campus shuttles, maybe during those times when it's peak hours, because it does not only entail during the nights and when you're going for our sherehes and those night travels. It also means during orientations, graduations, when you're having students moving into the new town to settle in for their classes or a new semester, even during exams, because it's usually a rush hour, and sometimes these pikipikis can be too much expensive. So it means we get there early, we have to rush to the gates and to our classes just to be safe, or even move with a crowd because safety is an issue. So if that could be considered, we'll be the happiest comrades on earth. Yes.
I actually agree with you. So maybe the thing that the reflection we want to bring around here is that if these taxi companies can start working with you early while you are still in school, there is a higher probability that when you start working in the corporate world, you will retain them as they are your service providers.
Yes.
You will be using their services to move around. But at this time, what you are saying is that you need to be supported. So maybe what they can do, in that taxi application, there should be a space for someone to upload maybe a student card or something. Once you upload it, then you get, you are eligible for a discount maybe of 10 or 20%, which is not applicable to maybe any other person who is not a student.
Yeah. So they can actually even look for the valid ones, because now if we say we all upload student ID cards, we'll get too much traffic for even graduates and people that have stayed outside for long. So maybe a valid one, you can come up with softwares that can do that. Students are so genius these days, and in the tech world, they can really help a lot. See how much you're attracting too much of opportunities for us to venture in, and that will be so great for our community.
All right.
Yes.
So you are here as a student leader, or what? You are speaking so passionately about students. What other position do you occupy apart from being a student?
I am just living the life of a student right now before we are released to the world. And where we have space, we talk. Yeah, that's why we are free.
All right.
Yes.
So tumeshukuru sana. And it's always a pleasure hosting you to our channel. And we hope that Bolt and Uber will hear you. You said that students is the biggest population in this country. If you put, people in different categories, students could be among the majority.
Yes.
Sawa. So wakuje na incentives na nyinyi mtumie taxi.
Yes.
Sawa.
Thank you.
So anything else to add, or that is good for today?
Yeah, we can probably include students that are not in campus, our high schoolers, our those in boardings per se, because I see boarding these days is even from primary school. And there's this initiative by the government to have them dropped in their homes, probably by their school buses, since now they're also like trying to secure them and have them get dropped by their school buses to where they are. And per se, according to how I've seen them, not everyone gets that chance. Probably if you're in Meru, per se, and your home is in Nairobi, I think they always like have a bus coming dropping everyone along the way to Nairobi, but not everyone gets the bus, the bus services. So if we could have, the Bolt, the Uber, all these driving apps for pick up and drop, having shuttles, because I think what we're used to these days is metros, loafers, the Kasarani ones, all those, and they just do just public transport. But if we could have shuttles inside the Bolt apps, the Uber, the InDrive, all of those, they could really help a lot, because we could be getting services like pre-bookings for maybe we are coming to a close of this the term, or we are coming to an opening of the term. We could get pre-bookings to schools or from schools to their homes. And also this is a way of them, also earning something from that side as well, because how many parents are you going to make happy if they see their child is just dropped safely and now they're ready for their holidays or they're ready for their new school term? So that's just an insight you guys can also venture in. And yes, we are here to help you guys develop, because we are in the tech world, we are everywhere, we are there doing research. Yeah, if you need the stats, we are here to help as well. But that is a very good space you guys can also look at. And I think students in Kenya are going to be so happy. Yes.
Thank you for representing their interest, and hope some interest is sparked by your views.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, and have a good day.
Thank you for having me as well.
Bye-bye.
Bye.